Hello, welcome to the Leeds house, and we have just witnessed Leeds 2, Newcastle 2.
That was a bit of an emotional roller coaster, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was difficult. It was difficult, but we showed a bit of fight in that. What do you think?
There was some decent fight in there. Rather from the first few minutes, they were just flying into tackles all over the shop.
It's got to be done, man. It's got to be done. I mean, have you seen the stats on Twitter of Furbo's game?
No, I have not.
They're insane.
Like good or bad?
Like just good and bad.
Okay, yeah.
It's the most weirdest numbers you've seen on there. He actually played well, but then did some crazy shit. Like, that was a foul. I know it was an accidental one to get him sent off, but
yeah.
Jesus.
Why was he jumping up trying to like finger the ball?
I don't know. I mean, it's a hard one because it doesn't even look like it changes any sort of direction or if there must have been the slightest of touches on it.
Yeah.
But then has he been pulled slightly to sort of tend him off balance?
It looked like he got a little push in the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, the way he sort of jumps and then he instantly sort of starts coming backwards. It's like his momentum has been pulled a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, it was a harsh penalty.
I think that one was harsh.
I think it was harsh.
Vober's
was definitely not harsh.
Definitely not harsh. That was just fucking stonewaller if I've ever seen one.
Oh, Vober went a bit crazy there, didn't he?
Yeah. Rodders was a bit crazy as well today.
Love Rodders.
Yeah, he was mad.
I love him when he's like that.
Yeah, if we're going to get to a moment with Rodders soon, I'm guessing that the whole fan base would have wanted Rodders to do something that somebody else would have done. But I guess we'll come to that, really.
Yeah, let's just go through.
So, it's 2-2 today, right?
2-2.
And it's that result in your head thinking, it gives you it's that horrible result because it gives you that tiny glimmer of hope, doesn't it?
It was, okay, you look at it this way then. So, he's come in, first game's against Man City, they've only lost 2-1.
Yeah.
That is a surprise in itself. Has he improved the result in the next game?
Yes, I'd say so.
No, he has.
Well, of course he has, because
he's improved the result. We've got a point. It's 2 penalties there.
Yeah.
And
well, there's a tail of
3 penalties there.
There's 3 penalties.
I'm saying we've conceded just two penalties against Newcastle, one of the best attacking teams in the league, and we've snuffed a lot of the stuff out that they were sort of creating.
Yeah.
They got into good positions, but we were snuffing it out. We were defending really, really well. And anything that was getting sort of past them, Robles was holding on to quite well.
Yeah.
And even he was getting punches on one dodgy punch here and there, but like...
He loves a dodgy punch, Robles, doesn't he?
Battling, and it was like, you could see that there was effort being put in. Everybody was putting effort in. And then there's one person, and you just think, why are you doing this? What are you doing this now?
So we've got
this position, like... Think about it. Just to fucking think about it.
Yeah. So we've gone 1-0 up through, obviously, Bill.
Yeah, good start. It was a good we just went home, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we got a reward for it.
Ailing's got a goal in him anyway. When it's a goal, any.
Like I said, like I always say, getting forward, he's fucking really good. Maybe he should just convert to being a winger or something because defensively he was getting skinned.
Yeah, but
kept getting skinned.
All our goals came from right backs today.
Oh no, yeah, Christensen, I will eat my words, man.
Yeah, he had a great game today.
I said he was bang average, and he put in way above average. Like I said, a great.
Well, he's put him to centre half, and he seems to be a better player. You mentioned
it, didn't you, in the game while it was going on? He seems like
he's calm. Yeah, he's
like. He actually does, and then once we get hold of it, that's when he sort of lets his little bit of rage out.
Yeah,
he's like, and he sort of. He played really well, and he got a goal.
Yeah, he was a bit when he scored that goal, he ran over to the crowd. He's like, ice cold stone. I mean, we all said at the start, this guy's going to be our new cult hero. And I
think he was looking for me.
Yeah.
Where's that cunt? So I was bang average. I want to stare at him for a bit.
Yeah.
But I would have took it, mate, because he played fucking...
I don't think he'd call you a see you next Tuesday, No,
but maybe if he looks at himself, he'll probably realise that what I said has been justified because he has been bang average.
Yeah, he's.
But and maybe it's another thing. Like maybe we've got certain players who just need a bit of time to fucking adapt to the league. Maybe that's the case. They've
Possibly.
and we've just sort of slated them from day one because they haven't just hit the ground running. Maybe we have needed that to sort of show that we won't be down in the bottom. But
Yeah.
maybe there are good players there. Maybe that they just needed that time. So we'll wait and see. Wait and see.
The funny thing, the weird thing about today's game was, right, and the thing that's sticking in my head the most is obviously let's get to Bamford's penalty. Okay, we were in agreement. They shouldn't take it even before we took it. We said Rodrigo was on it.
I said Rodrigo takes this. He's got to take this.
Yeah.
Why would you not give the person who's the biggest threat goal in the like for goals for us? Why would you not give him that ball? Why would you not do that? Why would you be like to be? It's almost like I'm thinking about me. I'm going to prove a point here, and not putting the team first. It's like side before self, and it's not even because I think Bamford's shit or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. When you've got a player, Rodrigo, on the pitch who's just he's been banging goals in. Why are you not saying you need to take this penalty?
Yeah,
you need
a very
to
big penalty.
up. That for me, when I've seen him do that, I thought I've lost a bit of respect for you there, mate, because I thought he was going to miss it.
Yeah.
Before he even took it, I thought to myself,
I think the whole family
is going to miss his penalty.
Being honest,
and I thought, and it's going to cost us. And luckily, our grit and our desire to stay in the game, and instead of capitulating like we have been doing, we've showed a bit of fight, we showed a bit of mettle, and we got a goal back. And yeah, I was hoping that we would push on and get a third. I was hoping, but like once the third pack went off, I thought, right, it's fucking all fucking hands on deck, man. Let's just.
Phillips is a weird one because
he
kept getting in front of stuff, didn't he? And having good bits in the game, and then he did some absolute daft shit. It's like this yellow card. Why is he jumping in like that? You know. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a red, didn't I? I said that's going to be a red.
Yeah. I mean, it's in this day and age, that's really bad tackle.
But he also won the penalty.
It's like, yeah, to go back a few years when we was like kids, younger. That is just a tackle. It's just a normal, like, I'm just stamping my authority. Like, I don't think he's intending to go down. I think he knows that his foot is going to go down on the floor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he knows that he's going to do that. So he's sort of stamping into it. But I understand in this day and age that you can't really do that because everything's deemed dangerous now. So, but yeah, he got yellow card. I will say it was a yellow card because he hit the floor and then the foot then hit his foot sort of thing. So
he can be a liability, our Phillips. He's got a lovely moustache.
Yeah.
But why the fuck is
he did? I'm like I'm saying, mate. Look at them stats because you look at it and there's like
I'm going to look after this cast.
5 out of 5 duels won. Like he's got really good stats on there, and then he's got some crazy stats on there as well. And it's like that's just sort of like what he has been all season, isn't it? It's like he's been really, really poor, and then he just had a few games where he was really, really good. So he just threw it all into one game.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to be available for the next match. Possibly not. Well, what is it? A yellow card and then a red. Is that like is a 1 game ban? So he's going to miss West Ham. Big strike. He's going to have to come in. Obviously, that's the only one who's there. But I mean, looking at the game today, it's like I've already said it. They're giving us a glimmer of hope. A win would have been obviously a lot better. But it's that horrible result where you're thinking, you know what, we can fucking nick this.
Yeah, he was like, I liked the sort of way that he had someone behind Ayling, basically.
Yeah.
Because he had Koch playing in the midfield. Well, it sort of seemed Koch was midfield, but it was that because I think he knows that there's weakness on Ayling's side in terms of the one-on-one.
But look how many times they got down that side today. Yeah.
So I think once that happens, when we haven't got the ball, Koch just sits back, turns into the 3, then Christian's there to cover.
Yeah.
Ayling getting skinned over and over again. And he did, like, that's exactly what was happening. Like, Christensen was there snuffing out the mistakes that Ayling was making. So, shit my hoodle balls.
Shit my pants. You know, guys, listeners, have always got football on the background. Nottingham Forest have just taken the lead against Chelsea.
Big deal, that.
That's huge.
That's Frank Lampard going, you know what, I'll take a loss here.
He fucking hates Leeds.
Get them down. And I put a nice quote, sorry, not a quote, a nice tweet on about him earlier, saying that he was a really underrated manager because he does analysis.
Yeah. He does do analysis.
He does do analysis, and not against the Forest, it seems, though.
Not against Forest.
They've just scored, and that's taken the wind right out of that performance now.
That's, yeah. So
what a kick in the face.
Kick in the face. But we need to keep talking about this game.
Yeah.
So, 2 massive positive performances from that game come out for me today. One of them was from the start, and one of them come on at half-time. Weston McKennie, do you know why? He's took a lot of stick from us recently, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
But he maybe didn't do much, but he motored around that pitch today. His running stats were absolutely class.
Joe Linton was kept on a leash for a lot of that game.
Because McKennie was just following Joe Linton everywhere, wasn't he?
I don't think he started off that way. I think he played. He had his. I think it happened more second half where we were told to follow him, because that's when I noticed it a lot more for second half. Might have been the first half, but I only noticed it more second half. But yeah, he was like getting all over that place.
Yeah,
and that's what you need him to do. That's what you hope for him to. He was more freer, and I think it was like, instead of Gracia's was stick there and
chasing after Rocker's loose passes as well.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, we might not see him playing again.
Who, Rocker?
Rocker, I don't know.
Possibly. You never. He could. He's a.
For sure, mate.
For sure. Yeah, that's the next one I was going to come on to. Where is he? They don't want to renew his deal at the end of the season. He put in an absolute shift today. And if worse comes to worse, and we obviously do get relegated, why wouldn't you want to play like Adam Forshaw in your team in that league?
It's never been about his ability.
It's about his injury record.
It's about his ability to stay fit.
Yeah, and he's made out a monster.
And this is what he does. Like when he's coming before, you can see that he's good. You can see that he's tidy on the ball, and he puts tackles and he wins balls back. But he's just not fit enough. And it's like that's been our problem for a long time. We hold on to players waiting for them.
We have a lot of sentiment in the team, don't we? And I think that's shown obviously with Bamford as well, because yes, he's missed a penalty, and look on the socials today, he's been absolutely battered. But there was some parts in that game where he was holding the ball up really, really well.
Yeah, but there's not. I don't doubt that shit. But I don't care about that.
But if we go back to another thing they did, remember when he received the ball and Harrison's done a dummy, and he just touched it with his left and went with his right foot a goal. I was thinking, why the fuck has he done that?
And then he got a handball for that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, if we stay up, I mean, obviously, I think Rodrigo's great to have in the team, but wouldn't you just like to have an international number 9 in the team? So we've finally got 2.
You know what's happened there? What's happened there is Allardyce is smart. He's very, very clever.
Mm-hmm. He's
looked back at when Bielsa was just non-stop having total faith in Bamford.
Yeah.
Just playing him and playing him and playing him. And he's obviously noticed that and thought, well, I'll try and do the same thing. I'll try and do the same thing with Bamford. And I'll come in and just say, he's my guy, he's my main man.
Yeah.
He's playing and he plays him. And I think he's trying to get the same results out in that shape or form. But
it didn't really work today, did it?
I don't, the team as a whole, unit, played decent. They played well. They played well against a really good Newcastle team, and they kept them quiet for large parts. They snuffed out a lot of the good moves that they made. But it's just a penalty.
Yeah.
The penalty situation has really pissed me off about him. It's really pissed me off. I'm like, why aren't you giving it to Rodrigo?
Yeah.
Why aren't you saying this is for the team? We need to score this goal. Rodrigo, you need to take it. Why isn't he doing that? It's really frustrated me that he hasn't done that. But oh well,
we're kind of wasteful with like corners and long balls and that, because the only times Nick Pope just come out and he just volleyed the ball from the air out back out.
He just kept slapping it, didn't he? Oh man, but we've got a point. We've got a point where we could have quite easily crumbled.
Yeah. Well, it's a different game if the penalty goes in, isn't it? I mean,
it's always on ifs and buts with us this season.
It is. It's just Leeds, isn't it? It's the most Leeds thing that goes on. Is us missing a penalty, them going to score in their own penalty.
Yeah.
Within a few.
Both of them definite penalties, by the way.
Yeah, definite penalties.
Because the one on Firpo was ridiculous as well.
Yeah.
Did he even get booked for it?
I don't think so. No. Not that I remember. I think the first yellow card didn't really come till the second half.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why isn't that a booking? That's a dangerous position. is what it is. Because I think Firpo's second one it was definitely one, but it didn't. It was accidental. He just sort of caught the bottom of his boot, didn't he? But shit. Look, mate.
There's a couple of moments that really stick out in that game. Obviously, we got the penalties, but I mean, for chances for us, I can't think of many clear-cut chances that we really had.
No, again, it was about moments, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was about that. It was. You could see they were still panicking. The team, they were putting in the fight, and there were moments where they did little good moves up forward.
Yeah.
There was that one where it come across the greenwood and he just snatched it.
Oh yeah, when McKennie's volley inside the box as well, that was kind of a big chance. I don't think he wears shooting boots.
No, I think
he wears sliding boots.
I think he's got that we've seen today. That he's got the sort of ability to motor around. If he can add a goal, it might do something to him.
Maybe next week would be nice for him to add his first goal.
Yeah, maybe if the confidence keeps growing, and if it's like if he's having the faith put in him as well, and saying, look, I'm gonna keep playing in that. If he plays like that for the rest of the season, I'll be happy.
Yeah, just motoring. That's all.
I'll be happy with that.
Ability-wise,
We'll overwhelm West Ham if we do that,
and especially when they've got a big game coming up next week as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's obviously it's all to play for now, but this Nottingham Forest result is. I'm not enjoying this at all. Right at the moment,
you know what? We can just do what we can do.
Yeah. No, maybe let's just drag Everton and keep Leicester out of it.
Yeah. No, we can just do what we can do. Look at it this way, right? If the teams around us now, if they all pull off, like if Forest now go and do Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, if Leicester beat Liverpool, if Everton beat Man City, then fucking what can we do about it?
Yeah, we just got to win our matches. Yeah, I suppose.
Well, fair play to them. They've all won their game. Well done. We cannot control what they do. We can only control what we do, and we just can't look at this as like having a setback. If all these win, we just have to look at our own performance and go, right, we've improved. Let's go on to West Ham. And
like I say, there's a glimmer of hope here now. We're still second bottom at the moment. Yeah. Oh, we got above Leicester, have we? Because we've got so we're third bottom. Leicester got Liverpool. We're still there. We are still there.
But this is what I'm saying.
This would have been last year. It was exactly the same.
All these teams looking around, and if they're all winning as well, they're all going to look at each other going, oh shit, they're winning and they're winning.
I mean, even Southampton,
panic will drive.
If Southampton win their next 3 matches, it just makes it all crazy. And obviously they're drawing 0-0 at the moment against Fulham, but Fulham are on the beach.
Yeah, I mean, it's still there, but, we're still in there. We're still in the bottom 3. We've just got to look at next week and go, let's just kick West Ham's ass.
Yeah, and hopefully
win about 31-6.
And hopefully Fat Frank pulls it out, because maybe he is a good manager. If he pulls this off today, I'll call him a good manager for one.
To be fair, did they go 1-0 down? No, they went 1-0 up and then they equalised it in Bournemouth.
Yes.
It was 1-1. So that could have... Then they went on to win it. So hopefully they go, oh, come on, we can beat... Forest are terrible. Well, Forest went 1-0 against us, to be fair as well.
Yeah.
So...
But we are Leeds.
Yeah, so if we can do it, Chelsea should be able to do it.
Another thing that we obviously what happened today was
Chelsea.
See the Leeds fan and jump on the pitch and attack. Well, not attack it, but point at Eddie Howe.
I don't know what was going on there.
Did you see his trainers? They were like
the
crackhead trainers, shit flickers,
high tech air.
Yeah, and he had like he had to wear a Leeds shirt sticking out from the bottom with his shit jacket on. He must have some issues, because what an absolute knob for doing that. Just makes us look bad. We're going to get another fine now for that.
Yeah.
It just paints Leeds fans in a bad way. Why would he run up to Eddie Gray like that, though? Eddie Gray? Eddie Howe? Fuck me. Eddie Gray would have battered him. But what
did you see the Big Show?
Yeah, it was Triple H, mate. I'm telling you, it was Triple H.
He was like throwing people out of the way now. That dude was going to get some hiding, he was.
What was the Triple H's finisher called?
Pedigree, wasn't it?
The pedigree, yeah. He's got a pedigree. Oh my God, I ain't watched that shit for years. But yeah, the big beast was coming out. But why would you do that? It's not as if we're getting battered. It was 2-1 at the time.
Mate, I don't know. Maybe he owed him some money or something.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe Eddie Howe's been doing some like dodgy shit on the side.
Probably. I heard
selling DVDs and stuff.
Yeah, I heard that he sells 10p mixes for 12p and that.
It's like, Eddie, how much for that?
Yeah, that's true. What a prick. Well, don't. If any, obviously, we started to get some decent listens and that on this now. We started to get more people listening to it and stuff. And if that you Leeds fan, you're listening to this, unsubscribe, mate. Don't fucking do that again. Don't be a prick.
That.
You just make us all look bad.
Don't go and ask for your debts in the middle of a game.
Yeah, don't be buying 10p
after.
mixes.
You know, put in a phone call or something and say, "Where's my money?"
Do not buy 10p mixes off Eddie Howe, Pitch Invader, and get yourself some new trainers as well.
You slaphead.
You absolute twat. Don't ever do that. But yeah,
It just ruins it.
it did ruin it. Honestly,
It's just like, what's the point? What are you doing?
it just takes me back to remember when that geezer slapped Chris Kirk.
What did he say? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. One hell of a dig that was.
One hell of a dig.
Chris Kirk.
And another thing that obviously Sheffield Wednesday.
Maybe he's related. Maybe they're related. Maybe it's like it's like a tradition for them.
Yeah.
Or maybe once every how many every years it is.
Yeah.
They go on and
One like Jeepers Creepers.
yeah, they go on and push an opposition player or manager. I don't know, mate. It's fucking weird. I don't know why people want to do that. It's a little bit of brain fat.
Yeah, it's a brain fart. Yeah.
But hope he gets dealt with and is, you know. But if he's a subscriber, yeah, do one.
Do one, mate. That's pathetic.
Do one.
Just look. We
Or
talk.
come out with a public apology and saying I will get my debts back in the timely fashion.
And bake him a Victoria sponge and send it to his house.
Yeah.
You
But don't put drugs in them.
Yeah.
Don't put drugs in the cake that you bake.
I'll do that.
Do you?
Yeah, but not real. I'll put paracetamol and aspirin and that.
I suppose it's easier to eat a cake than to actually take something for your headache.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? You know what I mean? You just put it in the cream. Put it in the cream.
Oh, I've got a banging again. Pass that sponge out there.
Oh,
Wedge it in my gob.
So yeah, we're gonna have like a harrowing couple of days now, looking at the results around us. But there is obviously from what we saw in the crowd were great on socials. There just seems to be a bit of like more upbeat about it now. But now Forest winning, it's just win your own games,
Forest,
mate.
man.
Big Sam, I know you're a listener of this podcast, yeah. Just beat West Ham and Tottenham for us, yeah.
We will. That's what's going to happen. We're going to win, and because we've drew now, and we're going to replicate our first 3 games.
Yeah.
Everyone's been talking about our first 3 games and how we were so good the first 3 games.
Well, I thought we were going to.
Our last 3 games are going to be as good. They're going to be exactly the same. We're going to draw a game and then win the next.
And then go into next season.
And then everyone else is going to win as well, so it ain't going to matter.
That's true. I cannot believe Forest beating Chelsea, but it's
we kept thinking like, oh, none of us we're gonna all lose,
and we just stay
we're
up.
gonna stay up. It's gonna be the opposite. We're all gonna win and get really good results, but it won't change anything because it might drag someone else.
It could do, couldn't it? Right, so we've got 2 big matches coming up. We've got West Ham and Spurs.
Spurs are losing as well.
We are going to do. We'll probably do. Yeah, Spurs are losing against Villa as well. We will probably do. Well, we are going to be doing probably one this week. We'll do a bit of a West Ham preview, and hopefully they've got a European hangover.
Yeah,
and I don't fancy Rasmus Christensen chased after Mikel Antonio for an entire match, so maybe they'll.
I don't know, mate. If he plays like he did today, I think he might play the same way. I think he'll put the same
19 at the back.
No, it's not. It worked though.
It did work.
And the more we play it, and the more we get comfortable with it, we'll be better going forward because we won't be so panicky. It's just that's all that seemed to happen today when we got in good positions up front. We seem to.
It's just in possession. I don't like how we look in possession.
Yeah, because we haven't had a lot of it. So it's like we need to get used to having it again.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to get used to like being able to sort of stay in games, and we did today. We did against Man City. Like more to their bad finishing, but we did, and like the result probably gave a little bit of confidence. Today we've got a draw against a really good Newcastle team.
This Big Sam tag is looking unlikely.
Yeah, it's an improvement, mate, and that's the way we've got to look at it. It's an improvement.
All right, cool. Well, I think is there anything else you want to talk about the game, because obviously this is a quick fire one straight after the match.
I just want to give a special shout out to Christensen for his goal.
Yeah, I think so.
Not just for his goal, but for his celebration as well, because I just thought it was incredible.
Like, you look like Arnie.
He just sort of run off a little bit and then just stood in front of all the crowd, just staring at them all he was definitely looking for me.
He's definitely
looking for me.
So yeah. All right, okay, I think we'll probably leave it at this week. We've got a point. It's a tiny bit of a feel good factor when this Forest result in the background's starting to make my bum twitch a bit, but I've been Kevin.
I'm still James.
Thanks for listening to the Leeds House, and we'll get back to you this week.
We will. Let's go and get that sponge cake out.
Sponge cake. Weasel.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.